I've been doing a lot of reading lately, so I think it's time for another book review. It's good to share some literature as well as cinema. Carnosaur is an interesting little case. It's a horror novel about dinosaurs attacking a small, quiet British town, and the efforts undertaken to discover and expose the ones responsible. It's very much a pulp novel from its time, filled with very graphic descriptions of violence and gore, and a lot more sex than I would have expected for this premise. To address the elephant in the room, yes, this book is comparable to Jurassic Park, and has always kind of been in that book's shadow, even though Carnosaur actually predates Jurassic Park by about 5 or 6 years. There are some similar plot elements, specifically the dinosaurs being brought back and getting loose, though the means of cloning the dinosaurs is a bit different here. But to be totally honest, these two don't have as much in common as people think. Jurassic Park is a much more technical book, going into strong detail on the creation of the dinosaurs and discussing the philosophical implications of doing so. It's a blend of science fiction, adventure, and a bit of horror as well. Carnosaur is just a straight-up horror novel, focusing much more on the death and destruction the dinosaurs bring. The way they're brought back is far less important to this book. It's much more interested in describing how this Deinonychus is gonna rip a farmer open and eat him. Ignoring the Jurassic Park comparisons, I think this is a solid little book. A bit of a cult classic among horror readers, if I may. There isn't that much plot, and the main characters are sometimes a little unlikable, but I think that makes it a bit more entertaining. The first half is mostly the characters investigating a series of deaths caused by an unknown animal and trying to figure out what happened. About halfway through is when the dinosaurs really enter the story, and once you reach that point, any semblance of actual plot disappears, as the book then mainly focuses on the dinosaurs going on a rampage and the ways people get brutally killed in the process. The book was originally written because the author was told that dinosaur movies were going to become the next big trend. So he wrote it to get an early start on the trend and maybe get it turned into a film. But that trend didn't come until nearly a decade later, which I think has been a large reason for this book's cult status. However, Carnosaur was eventually turned into a film, produced by Roger Corman. Oh boy. Don't get me wrong, I have nothing but love and respect for Roger Corman. He was a tentpole figure of the film industry. He made some actual classics and started the careers of several beloved directors. Cinema would not be what it is today without him. But he was never exactly concerned with quality, especially at this point in his career. The result was a campy little film that has absolutely nothing to do with the book and is way more funny than scary. I love it. I might talk about this movie in more detail one day, but this is exactly what I wanted out of a Corman-produced dinosaur movie. It's got a goofy plot, bad but charming effects, and almost feels like the filmmakers are playing a joke on the audience at times. But it seriously has nothing to do with the book. People always talk about how different the Jurassic Park movie and book are. Well, this is even more different. The only thing the Carnosaur film has in common with the book is the title and the fact that the dinosaurs are grown from chickens. Other than that, these two have absolutely nothing in common. If you're a fan of horror literature at all, or even the Jurassic Park book, I definitely encourage you to give Carnosaur a try. It's a simple little book, but it achieves what it sets out to do, and is a mostly pretty entertaining read, I would say. It might live in another shadow, but Carnosaur has just enough of its own bite to stand out.